200 take.
Yeah, and take 200. Good evening, Carol and John Shoppers. I'm here this evening, and it's weird because it's Monday, but I'm going to try and get through it. I feel like I'm talking to no one, but in fact, I'm talking to two people, at least John Shear and Andrea. Welcome. Nice to see you guys on a Monday night. But for you guys, it's Tuesday. Right now, I'm speaking to you here, but really, I'm somewhere else behind a table selling toys to somebody.
You could have been wearing your Doc Brown costume. You've been in the past.
Oh. Missed
Sorry, guys.
opportunity.
We gotta redo
Anyway,
the video.
I'm not in a Halloween costume, but I am here at Carol and John's comic shops to show you new comics that are coming out on Wednesday, October 22nd.
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah.
Feel free to claim, as you normally do, we're taking a picture of the table.
Yes. So we will do this as normally we do it. And you won't even know the difference, hopefully.
Right.
Except for all the times that I'm going to say this is Monday and not Tuesday. Let's go back this way. As you can see, we have decorated the shop for Halloween. That was a very exciting part of our week last week. We love putting up old decorations, finding new decorations, and finding new ways to display old decorations. That's fun. I contributed with a boot Lego.
Oh,
Yeah. Look at this little blood drop.
of course.
It's
yes.
wonderful. So welcome. Let's kick it off with what's coming up. Well, what happened? We had a wonderful late night comics. Thank you for everybody who participated in that on Thursday. We were here. We were having fun. We cleared a bunch of small press dollar stock. But if you missed out on it, the small press dollar stock that we have left, which is plentiful, will be up during our Black Friday sale at the end of next month. So you did not miss it. There's plenty of awesome stuff left. I had guys digging through there all day on Friday. And then what's coming up is this Saturday on the 25th, we have our Trick or Treat Halloween Comics Fest giveaway. So don your costumes, give them a little test run, come up here and get some candy, get some comic books, hang out with us. I'm excited. I love working Halloween Comics Fest, so I'll come up and hang out with these guys in costume, and we'll have a great day. That'll be from 10 in the morning till 2, though we'll have books to give away all day. The main crux of the excitement typically is a little front-loaded, so just in case you're planning on a time, that's the time to do it. We do have one giveaway update, I guess I should say. Starting on Wednesday, we are going to be able to give away the reprint of the Batman Gotham City sampler that came out on Batman Day last month. It does have... They did take out the Red Hood canceled material, but they did add / replace it with a DCKO Night Fight miniseries preview, which is a fantastic edition. We're going to talk about Night Fight more here in a second. If you're in the shop later this week, check out this awesome display John put together, up close and personal. These are some of the main books. I think it's either all of them or we're missing maybe one of the main books we're giving away for Halloween. Comics Fest on Saturday, so stop by for that and grab them rather than just looking at them behind plastic. But that brings us to 3 things this week, which is a segment that we like to talk about. 3 main bullet pointed things that we're excited about from the new comic table. No sexy one this week. No. We didn't pick a controversial one, but we'll get there. We'll put boobs on our boo.
Yep.
But 3 things this week. The first thing is the wind up before the punch. This is to celebrate the fact that DCKO has 3 tie-ins this week. There will be 5 books total that will tie in for 2 or 3 issues from their ongoing series into DCKO. They cover a wide range of settings as far as the KO and the tournament and the happenings on Earth. So we'll talk a little bit more about them specifically when we get there. But we're stoked that they are having a concise yet accessible number of tie-ins for DCKO. So that's pretty cool, so we can track those. Our next thing is we made a new sign for this book. That is to talk about Old Man Logan, the Marvel Premiere Edition for $14.99. John hates when I add that extra penny on. So for $14.99, you get what is arguably, but if you argue with us, beware the eye roll, arguably the best Marvel graphic novel in the store. Hawkeye, My Life as a Weapon might compete with that. Daredevil Born Again might compete with that. Honestly, they've killed it with the Marvel premieres and picking their stories. This is one that we were all freaking jazzed about. The story is wonderful. It is the complete Old Man Logan story, but the backup additional information for the creative processes and stuff that they display in here is incredible and fantastic. I'm sure most of you have read Old Man Logan, but if you have not or have never collected it, this is absolutely the way to go as far as cost effectiveness and size of story. And then our last thing this week is Right Vibe, Wrong Holiday. We try and pick a category on 3 things this week for Marvel, for DC, and then the all-encompassing small press is a little rough because we have so many choices, but we wanted to pick a Halloween book, or at least a spooky book, because 'tis the season.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, there are some Halloween/spooky books on the table, but the one that really hit the mark as far as the vibe goes is Thanksgiving. It is an awesome one-shot from Ahoy. It's kind of a closed-door mystery, but it's essentially a family dinner gone completely awry, a little bit of a closed-door mystery. And what's the name of the killer?
Turkey neck killer.
The turkey neck killer stalks this family in a very spectacular way. So, wrong holiday, but it's forgiven because you got the spooky vibe in every way, shape, and form. So we're very jazzed about that one, and we'll show you some different covers for it when we get to the table. Speaking of the table, I told Andrew right before we started this video, I'm not very excited because it's not the normal Tuesday night countdown live excitement. I'm sure she's feeling weird because there's no comments rolling across the screen, but we'll do it the best we can. So first up, from Silver Sprocket, a cool one-shot, Electric Cowboy, very stylized, a little bit of a mystery about the astronaut / company that's going to terraform a new planet on the eve of the terraforming. So we have one cover available for that one. Again, that's a one-shot. Right above that, we got Comic Book Creator. This one's a Dave Stevens memorial issue. And then we're launching into Image Collected Editions. We have Volume 3 of the Saga New Editions. Those are the $12.99 paperbacks that are going to recollect Saga, hopefully leading up to the return of New Saga. Next to that, we have the Volume 1 of the first Null Hunter miniseries, which I actually am going to check out because I didn't realize Michael Walsh was involved in it, of Exquisite Corpses fame. Next to that, we have the paperback of Jeff Lemire's Fish Flies, so a complete collection there. And then a really celebrated one. All Negro Comics was a one-shot issue that was in the spirit of Marvel Comics #1 and it's a DC one, Showcase and stuff like that. Yeah, those large one-shots back in the day, but it was a comic produced completely with black creators in the black community and relatively forgotten by comic book history, but Image Comics remastered it and put it out as a complete new edition in paperback, I think for only $12.99. So that's awesome. Thank you for putting that together, whoever hears the thanks. But let's get into new Image stuff. No reprints from Image this week. We do have a new Universal Monsters Invisible Man. They're in issue number 3, again with a spectacular cover A. Moving on to cover B. And then our 1 in 50 variant for $30. The Ghost Machine side of things is giving us Hornsby and Halo number 11 this week. One cover on the table. There's cover A. Headless Horseman. Love a good Headless Horseman cover.
Oh, yeah.
We got Spawn. We got new Spawn.
Where's the gong?
Oh, no. Gong. King Spawn is on easy. King Spawn is on issue number 50.
Gong.
How can you tell? What the hell? They can do whatever they want. I wish Spawn would just get goofy. So there's cover A, and next to it's cover B.
And I think this is cover C? Yeah, cover C.
Oh, well. And look at that. Scotty Young on cover C. Thank you, John Shear.
Yep.
Another new Spawn this week is Gunslinger Spawn number 48. That's 2 away from 50, so can't see what they do. Can't wait to see what they do with that guy in a 50-issue cover.
He's going to be shooting the 50.
There's cover A. Here's cover B. For the 1 or 2 of you that were expecting Tales of Gunslinger Spawn number 8 to come out this week, it is misprinted, it is being returned, and they will be replacing it, so don't cry yourself to sleep. Middle of the table gets us from Rick Remender, Escape number 3. I am super jazzed to read it. I had to jam-pack some stuff in before we did the video this week, but John Shear was making noises while it was being read.
The all-action issue. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Well, he was gearing up to go take down that gun, so.
Yeah, it's the all-action issue.
All right, I'm in.
Say.
One cover on the table, so claim it if you want it. Lazarus Fallen is on issue number 5. Next to that, we have Creepshow Volume 4, issue number 2, continuing the wonderful anthologies of Creepshow and the wonderful cover presentations. There's cover A. Love it. Here's cover B. And we have a 1 in 10 variant for $8. Above that, next row, always celebrated, single issue, paperback, whatever you guys want to give us. We love it. Exquisite Corpses on issue number 6. I will say this is following a wonderful Halloween movie pattern as far as gearing up towards the big Halloween party in town and all the carnage that absolutely has to ensue at that party. So we are stoked about that. Oh, if you hit this button with your thumb, it'll zoom in and zoom out, just FYI.
Oh, okay.
So don't, or do, whatever. You're the filmographer. But Exquisite Corpses, continually excited to see what happens in this book. There's cover A. Cover B is our polybagged variant, comes with a trading card. We've got a 1 in 25 variant for $12 on the table, which after reading the issue, absolutely wish I would have upped the price on that one. And then our character variant is a 1 in 50 variant. It's $20. Finishing out that row, Drawing Blood is back with issue number 9 after a long hiatus. And then finishing off the Image stuff this week is Robert Kirkman's new book, and sold out number 1, have to say. Skinbreaker is on issue number 2. We are continuing with big David Finch artwork and more Robert Kirkman story. There's cover A. Here's cover our 1 in 10 variant for $8 by Tony Moore, and a 1 in 25 variant for $20. Marvel Collected Editions.
There it is.
There it is. Volume 1 of Red Hulk, a One World Under Doom tie-in, a beautifully inconsequential read that is so entertaining. So that's the first 5 issues of that one. Next to it is the last in the previous run of Fantastic Four.
Cool.
So I think it's volume...
That last issue in that last run, so good.
Oh, yeah, no. The whole run's good.
Yeah.
Volume 6 of the first Ryan North Fantastic Four ongoing series, and also a One World Under Doom tie-in. Then, big stack in the middle of the table. First of the tower of books is Wolverine, Old Man Logan, $14.99, the entire story, plus extras. Great in every single way, page by page. Not the trees that were made into this paper are happy trees.
Yes.
Next to that is our only epic collection this week. This one's Moon Knight, The Scarlet Redemption. Yeah, you guys can't see me, but I always have to turn my head weird to see what the titles of those are, because I don't prepare for these. And then we're getting into new Marvel Comics. Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion wraps up with issue number 5. So we're finding the last chapter of this Miles Morales Ultimate Crossover Saga. Got a couple covers available for that one. There's cover A. There's cover B. I want to know the implications of that, actually. There's cover C. And then we've got a 1 in 25 variant for $12. And on the end of the row, the one Star Wars book for Marvel this week, Star Wars Jedi Knights number 8. But continuing with Ultimate Spider-Man things, Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 22 is out this week, and also with a multitude of covers. There's cover A. Here's cover B. Here's cover C. Cover D. And a 1 in 25 variant featuring the Halloween holiday for $15. I like the J. Jonah Jameson costume. And one more Ultimates book this week. They loaded us up. Ultimates number 17, an all Doom issue. There's cover A. Here's cover B. And Bjorn Barron's on the 1 in 25 variant for a very reasonable $10. Whoever priced those is a very cool guy.
Nice.
Jeff the Land Shark, issue number 5, wraps up the miniseries? I think so. This is an all Magic user issue, so Magic and Scarlet Witch teaming up with Jeff. We got cover A, then we've got cover B. Love it, a little Halloween. And cover C. And we're moving on to more Spider People. Miles Morales, the Spider-Man, is on issue number 39. There's cover A. Black Cat's on cover B. We got Marvel Zombies on cover C. Like that one. Tron on cover D. Just gotta let him soak it in. And then a 1 in 25 variant for $20. Moon Knight is on issue number 13. So Fist of Khonshu. We've got cover A right there. Marvel Zombies is on cover B. Tron is on cover C. And cover D is your Marvel Comics Presents cover. Undead Iron Fist, second in the miniseries. We got a Daredevil cameo in this issue. There's cover A for number 2. There's cover B, Stormbreaker. And there's cover C. Middle of the table and the rest of this row is Fantastic Four by Ryan North number 4. It is another fantastic one-shot in the world of this Fantastic Four. And I fully support everyone reading every issue of this book, period.
Yep.
Done.
Yep.
So does everybody in the room.
Yeah.
There's cover A. Cover B is your Muppet homage variant. Our only one this week. Here's cover C. Cover D. And a 1 in 100 Disney homage variant in black and white for $20. And then one facsimile from Marvel this week is the Uncanny X-Men number 140, which is kind of fun because the Wendigo ties into something, one of the X books we're going to talk about a little later. But before we talk about X-Men, we got to talk about Predator. Predator Kills the Marvel Universe. Issue number 3 is the middle of the miniseries, and they take down the freaking Hulk. So, no spoiler necessary for how they do it or what they're doing when they do it. But man, Predator's taking down a Hulk. Like, this is what you want when a Predator promises to kill the Marvel Universe. There's cover A. I'm personally in love with cover B. And then next to it, a 1 in 25 variant, said Hulk, last breaths, for $15. Also, next on my reading stack, Uncle Scrooge, Earth's Mightiest Duck, issue number 3. He's jumping through the multiverse. He's collecting Scrooges, and they're all going to figure it out, people. Don't worry.
Penultimate issue.
We're on the penultimate issue, so we're getting to the climax of the book, and I'm really jazzed to see what's about to happen from this Jason Aaron written Disney epic. There's cover A. Next to it, cover B. Look at him. He's not even backing down. That duck is crazed.
Oh, yeah.
Right above that, we have another Predator appearance this week with Predator Black, White, and Blood number 4. This is the last of that miniseries of anthology stories of Predator getting bloody. Speaking of bloody, Marvel Zombie, the long-awaited, even though it's only been a month, everybody's been asking about when Marvel Zombies number 2 comes out. And I'm going to tell you, people, it's on Wednesday, the 22nd. So Marvel Zombies number 2 is on tables this week, and we were all joking a minute ago because this book was absolutely made for John Shear. You've got a little bit of Battle World tie-ins. You got Jessica Jones / Jewel. You've got Marvel Girl. You've got Professor X
Spider-Man.
on fire getting kicked out the front doors of the X Mansion. It's pretty great. And it's a very Spider-Man heavy issue. So it's just continuing a fantastic miniseries of Marvel Zombies. And some fantastic covers. So there's your cover A. The Hulk's a zombie. Hulk's got it bad this week.
Oh, yeah.
Here's cover B. Cover C is your retro homage, I think. Or just retro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can tell by the title. And then cover D to wrap it up. Then we are getting into... then we got Spider-Girl. They're in issue number 5. Now we're getting into... Well, what do you want me to say?
Not
I don't know anything about
You're on
Spider-Girl.
it.
Look,
No, you're on
she's
it.
Spider, and she's a girl, and Spider-Man's on the cover.
There she is.
There she is. I don't know if the book's good or not. And
It's
neither does
Spider-Girl.
anybody else in this
Yeah.
room. We could have just breezed past it. Now we got to start the video over.
Nah.
No, because you got no homage coming
Now
up.
we are getting into the Age of Revelation tie-ins with X-Men this week. And I will tell you what, people, I'm still convinced that this is really fun to read. I have read all 4 of them this week. I enjoyed all 4 of them this week for completely different reasons. Even if it's just curiosity about what comes next, like, they are great issues. They really are fun.
Look at that. It's
All right.
They're homaging each other.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. That's.
Fozzie.
I think this is just a guy standing on the thing. Like, that's a cover A. It's not an
Enjoy it.
homage. Man, you really jammed that in
Enjoy
there.
it. Yes.
An homage to an homage?
An homage. Yes.
I forgot what I was
We're
saying.
exceptions.
Okay, all right. And back to X-Men. This is why we pay you in comic books. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, like, if it was an homage, we would have clapped.
I mean, it's not.
I know.
That's homaging that. Yes.
But that is an
it's-
homage.
Correct.
God, dude. We might actually have to start this over because
Nope.
X-Men
Book of
Revelation is the first in a 3-issue miniseries. This one is not a one-shot. This is very much your Revelation-focused story. We're in the middle of Philadelphia, where Revelation and his choristers are headquartered. They have to meet up with an envoy from Apocalypse's people on Mars, and it's kind of cool who shows up. He's all PO'd. They got to kind of test each other's wits, but you're getting a real ground level experience of his organization of things, but you're seeing it through the eyes of a new course or someone who replaced one of the people who died in Amazing X-Men. Spoilers. So I dug this one. Has a great last page twist. A great one, like to keep you interested. So there's cover A. Here's cover B, your Revelation variant. Here's cover C. Oops, there's the twist. And then on the 1 in 25 variant, we have $15. The next one of 4 to come out this week to tie in with Age of Revelation is Omega Kids. This is your spy network, all your young psychics who are working to kind of squash resistances. They're being trained by an older, naturally 10 years later, Quentin Quire. And it's spunky, it's fun. It's got another really great twist at the end of it that make you scratch your head. And again, keep me interested for number 2. So there's your cover A. Here's your cover B. Classic. I have that shirt. Love that shirt. Cover C. Cover D. And a 1 in 25 variant for $15. Can I say something about this cover C, though?
Please.
Doesn't that look a little bit like Squirrel Girl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I know the
Yes.
beard. I know that's Quentin Quire.
Yes.
But, like, very Squirrel Girly.
Yeah.
How the coat's going. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
The next book in the Age of Revelation this week is The Last Wolverine. This was probably the most perplexing one for me this week. This is about, this is kind of more of an Alpha Flight tie-in than any other book I've read in the, well, I don't read Alpha Flight.
But yeah.
So yeah, but like,
yeah.
essentially Wendigo has taken over as Wolverine in this age of new mutants, old mutants, and humans turning into goo because of the virus. So he's in Vancouver. I am unsure how he's going to tie into the actual Age of Revelation, but this is fun. You get some Angel of Death, i.e. Logan Wolverine tie-in stuff, and you get to see what happened to Nightcrawler 10 years later. So that is a deciding factor in reading the book. Then we have 2 covers available. There's cover A. Oh, I lost my fuzzy.
Oh.
It just flipped off. I was
my
talking
gosh.
too animatedly. And there's a 1 in 25 variant for $15, which I find delightful. Oh my God, how the wind is going to get to my microphone now. The last in the Age of Revelation tie-ins, which is weird for an X-Men crossover, is the Radioactive Spider-Man. It is a 3-issue miniseries. It's not replacing any other book in the regular Marvel releases. It's going to be awesome, though, because this is a very pure Spider-Man story. This is Spider-Man in the Age of Revelation thinking, okay, the world has changed. Things are a lot different. People have extra arms and are spewing acid places, but I'm still a New Yorker and I'm still taking care of New York City, and it's awesome. It's great. It's got a good feeling to it, Peter Parker-wise, and you've got a great tie-in to pure Spider-Man love at the end of it, which, again, is going to push me towards issue 2 because I absolutely want to see what happens after this one.
Yeah.
And it's a great, I mean, when Spider-Man gets a good adjective like radioactive, that's easy to fall in love with. There's cover A. Here's cover B. Here's cover C and those little extra arms I was talking about. Cover D. And a 1 in 25 variant for $20. And then I pass it on to John Cheer for an unconventional top of the DC table.
Yeah, it's fun because top of the DC table, the very first one, I put on Action Comics 252, first appearance Supergirl facsimile edition, because one of my favorite books, one of my grails, because thanks, John, he got it for me for Christmas. I will be forever in debt to him for that. It's fantastic. Just a reprint, facsimile, Action 252. Get your first appearance Supergirl. There you go. There's your cover A. We have a spiffy, shiny foil variant for that one there. Absolute Wonder Woman's on issue number 13. It's part 1 of a 2-part story, and she is up against this person here, and it is as good a book as you want because it absolutely builds up her character and her supporting cast a little bit more too, and in the best way. Next to that, the Immortal Legend Batman's on issue number 3. We've got 2 covers for that. There's your cover A, your very cool cover B. And then we get the whole row of DCKO. So Justice League Unlimited number 12. It's called The Terrific 10. Basically, Mr. Terrific takes the 9 other time displaced superheroes that have been hanging out at the Watchtower, and they are going to go on a mission to figure out why the remaining bad guys on Earth, like Polka Dot Man, have had their powers super re-upped, and they have to go someplace pretty deadly in order to figure that out. But cool little backstory on a lot of those displaced superheroes, where they were at and what time they were at, and how being in the future has affected them. So cool little book for that one there. Flash number 26 is dealing mostly with Impulse time traveling back and forth through time, going, hey, I can fix this. And at one point, Darkseid punching him basically out of time, going, no, you can't.
Oh.
So, yeah, got 2 covers for that. There's your cover A, there's your cover B. And then Superman 31 is, for all the Superman stuff in there, it's all about getting people off Earth while they try and figure out this fight. But the cool reveal is Lois basically talking to Jor-El and Lara about, like, the whole history of Krypton before it blew up, because what happened there is tying in with what happens here. Cool stuff. Also a very cool ending, especially because a jerk who's trying to be good makes an appearance in this. Yeah, so
You're not allowed to tell me who?
I can tell you after the video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's your cover A. There's your wonderful cover B by David Aha.
It's not live. They won't hear you.
I know. Detective Comics on issue 1102, and this one is part 2 in The Courage That Kills. Tom Taylor is still kicking major butt on this book. It is great. It is Batman using his detective work, because he's only basically got 30 hours before he gets, like, the infection fully takes over, and he's going to bleed out of, like, every orifice and do crazy things and die. So, yeah. So he's on the clock, and bad things are happening. It's great. Cover A. There's your cover B, your very cool cover C. New History of the DC Universe finishes up on its issue number 4. So find out what happened in the last 10 years of DC if you haven't been paying attention.
And if I know DC history books, they give you a little foreshadow of the future, too.
There you go.
Ooh.
So there's cover A, and then we have a $15 1 in 25 variant for that one there.
I like that cover.
More of the Star Sapphire Green Lantern crossover on issue number 28 of Green Lantern. So we've got that one.
What a softy cover.
I know. Green Arrow is winding down its run. It's on issue number 29. Only like an issue or 2 left for that one. Harley Quinn's on issue number 55. If you haven't been reading Harley Quinn, it's a lot of fun, and there's some good artwork going on in there. As she's in this one, she's fighting fire and ice. So there's cover A. There's Frank Cho cover B. Green Lantern Darks on issue number 7? Yep, 7 of 7.
I believe so.
All right, but yeah, their Elseworlds book. There you go. There's your Green Lantern Dark. Crisis on Infinite Earths is part of DC's finest, so it is not specifically Crisis 1 through 6. It is a bunch of the tie-ins from Crisis as well. So that's why it's not in one big giant thing. This is part 1. So there you go. If you want to read all about Crisis, here's where you start. But next to that, instead of putting it with the kids' books, I put it here with DC, because DC X Sonic was fantastic. It was so fun. It did well by all the characters. I honestly really can't recommend a crossover more highly than this, other than maybe TMNT Naruto.
I almost bought the action figure pack the other day.
Oh, really?
It's Sonic, Shadow, and whoever else dressed as DC characters fighting Darkseid.
So
That's
good.
If I thought you needed another action figure pack, I would have snapped it.
I don't, but I get that.
I took a picture of it for you.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. All right, and then DC's the only one with reprints this week. So the Legion of Darkseid, we've got part 1 and part 2 from Superman. So if you want to see Superman fighting, it's not the Legion of Superheroes. It is, in fact, the Legion of Darkseid.
Oh, dude, they're nasty.
Yeah, they're bad. So there's part 1 for issue 28 and part 2 for issue 29. And more reprints. Immoral Batman. We got issue 1's back in. There's second prints for that. So cool. Way to go, DC. Why the Last Man? I'm going to hold this up. Give your arms a break. First 10 issues, $10. It is as good a book as you want. And the fact that they're making it $10 to get into this, every male mammal on Earth is dead except for one guy and his helper monkey. And oh, it's so good. And then I just flipped through the last, like, issue 10 on the last page. Such a great cliffhanger.
It's a spectacular comic book.
Yeah, I
Simply
cannot
the
recommend it more highly.
$10 you don't need in your wallet.
Yeah,
Yep.
You really
buy
don't.
that. So yeah, and then Teen Titans continuing their like crossover covers. This is the Starfire one, and then Star Wars: Tales from the Nightlands on issue number 2. Your creepy Star Wars comic book filled with nightmare fuel in Star Wars universe. Gotta love it.
Cool.
Nocturnal's Sinister Path is on issue number 2. Dan Burton hasn't done a book in about 10 years, so it's nice to see him back doing painting stuff. From the Hellboy universe, it's Captain Henry and the Graveyard of Time, issue number 1.
It's a one-shot.
Is it a one-shot? Okay, because I know he's fighting that guy right there. So, collection-wise, Mark Millar's Vatican City.
Speaking of nightmare fuel.
Nightmare Fuel right there. I'm just
So
gonna leave it.
good.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. 3-issue
Yep.
miniseries collected. Jump Scare, the full collection of that is collected there.
That's a good Halloween read.
There you go.
Great Halloween.
Cullen Bunn. There you go. Critical Role Vox Machina Origins, Series 1, issue number 5. There you go. The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos on issue number 4 for the Children of Night series. And then Power Rangers, getting into the Halloween specials. There you go. Whole slew of creators doing a bunch of Halloween stories for Power Rangers. Wonderful. Chris Cantwell's Out of Alcatraz is in hardcover. It is a 5-issue miniseries of fantasticness for $30. It's very cool. It's a great alternative history of what happened to those guys who broke out of Alcatraz, and bad things happen across the board. Turtles number 12, the last one in Jason Aaron's run. Let me tell you, he goes out with a bang. That last page, he's setting up the next
really?
writer. He's setting up the next writer to just hit it out of the park.
Oh,
He really is. So yeah. So there's your cover A. There's your cover B. Your $10 1 and 25 variant, and your $20 1 and 50 variants. Outlaw Showdown is a one-shot from the EC Comics line from Oni, and it is all Western stories. Cool people doing it. You got, as you said before, the artist on Walking Dead. He's doing a story. You've got Cantwell doing a story, but also a cool original Western story from the old days of EC Comics reprinted in there with Jack Davis artwork.
yeah, it's a fun one, John.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's your cover A. There's your $8 1 and 10 variant for that one there. The aforementioned Thanksgiving. It's a one-shot, which makes it great. Mark Russell and Morissette are doing a great one-shot. As fun a Halloween / Thanksgiving episode as you can imagine. There's your cover A. It's all about cover B. And then cover C.
I like
if you
cover
just
C.
want
all
stylized
of
cover.
those.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, fantastic. Rick and Morty versus the Universe is on issue number 4. Then we get into a whole bunch of dynamite. Space Ghost, issue number 4. Silverhawks, issue number 9. Thundercats Lost, issue number 7. Terminator Metal, new Terminator series, issue number 1. Picking up where the other one left off. And then more Hello Darkness. It's Hello Halloween from the Hello Darkness line. It's a whole bunch of cool people doing Halloween stories again. $6, one-shot issue.
Dude,
gotta love it.
while you were talking about DC stuff, I flipped through it to see if we could show a couple pages. That book is unhinged.
Yep.
Hello Halloween.
Oh, is it?
That
Okay.
book is unhinged.
Nice.
There, I think there's 5 stories in there.
Okay.
And it's oh, I can't show this.
Nope.
Fantastic. And then we finish off kids' books. Sonic the Hedgehog's on. This one's a one-shot. It's the Chaotix 30th anniversary. That's your cover A. Cover B is in color for whatever reason. And then we got Monster High World Scare instead of World's Fair on issue number 3. And that's it for comics for this week.
That does
Yeah.
finish off our table for October 22nd, which is a Wednesday, which is 2 days from now because today is Monday and not Tuesday. But actually for you, it's Tuesday.
So claim.
So yes, please claim per normal. We will make sure we get the correct comics in your file. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night.
Yes.
And we will see you tomorrow for your comic.